be better than 20? I know it isn't for the dollar value, but, you know, I've had this argument one time with our former fire chief, Darrell Alder, said that, you know, we had a sewer treatment plant that had a 40-year lifespan, and, you know, do we pay for it right away and get it done, or do we let those who use it pay for it over a 40-year period? And so I guess I want to ask that question of your opinion on this same thing. Is it better to pay for it over a 40-year period, or?
Depends on how you view the debt. I guess that over 40 years, you spanned out the life, lower payments over that, you have less impact on the rates as if you could do 20 years, increase that amount. But at 1.5 million, with all the other capital infrastructure items that we have out there, it's a smaller project on scale in comparison to it. Zone 4 or what do I hear? So either way, I don't think we have that comparison.
And in speaking to the regional rep, Bruce Little, obviously no penalty to pay it off early. We were going to reassess and pay that down interest-wise to revisit that.
Yeah, that's my only concern is that if we got to pay this thing back, is it jump on the bandwagon and get it paid for, or stretch it out?
Yeah, it typically, on a project like this, obviously we use Public Works Trust Fund dollars for the Headworks expansion and the number 4 force main when we opened up the Washougal River. Timing-wise and the availability of the trust fund not being offered last year, their percentage rates are a little bit better, but there is scoring criteria as well for low interest.
Before you go into that one, can I ask a question on this other one we were just on the E Street?
We're still on it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were moving on to the next topic. Please, go ahead.
No, I wasn't. I was just referencing Public Works Trust Fund, what we tapped before. Cycle-wise, it wasn't available with the timeline that we're on for getting E Street advertised for bid.
You almost catch my attention on the part of the grant application where it says local contribution, and it's 1.45 million. As you pointed out, is something a sizable chunk of change. As I understand it, that's going to come from income from the water.
No. The way this is lined out under the estimated funding, the local is the traffic impact fees, 1.45 million for the whole E Street project. It's all encompassing. So even though the 1.45 looks close to what the estimate is to replace the water utilities, it's a separate pot of money for local match that RJ's been utilizing or leveraging to then charge TIB, Transportation Improvement Board.
We've pretty much already spent all that.
So we've already got that money.
We've got it and spent it.
So there's not another 1.45 million coming.
No, it's the same 1.45.
Okay. Well, nice going.
And it breaks it down on the back of the last page, project funding summary. Takes into consideration all of the funding mechanisms and then the soft costs. Our current project estimate is 6.5 million. Replacing the water utilities, it pushes just over 8 million. So that budget shortfall will be made up by USDA low interest loan.
Okay.
To rural
And
development.
there I had a question. I heard you mention 2.25% plus or minus a quarter?
3.25 currently.
3.25. Okay, so you're looking at 3.5 max. If we get it in anytime soon. Over what period of time? 40 years?
40 years maximum, no penalty to pay off early.
Okay, key question for my finance background. Is there an escalator clause in that loan? No?
What's an escalator clause?
That's my understanding.
1.5
It's
bill here.
flat, isn't
By
it?
the time we pay that money back, we'll be paying 4 cents on the dollar. Do it.
You'll
Oh, you
have,
mean for the difference in the value of the dollar?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
over time, okay.
you'll definitely have the opportunity over the next 2 council meetings to, discuss this one further and decide if we're moving forward and applying for the grant itself.